Okay guys, so I am back home. I am about to have my lunch in a second. So I may do a different vlog today. I may do a sit down vlog and tell you a bit more about myself. I may do that just so you kind of know who I am and what interests and hobbies I do. And then hopefully this week I'm gonna see one of my friends, so he's gonna be popping in my vlogs. I'll see him Fridays. I'm really excited to see him. I haven't seen him in such a long time. He's such a good friend, and obviously gonna be very nice to see him again. Obviously him, don't worry, he's not my boyfriend. He's just a friend of mine. He's a really good friend, and it'd be nice to see him again. He's a really old school friend of mine, and I'm really glad that we didn't stay in contact, and now we're in contact again, which is really good. So hopefully we'll stay in contact for longer, and yeah, it's gonna be very exciting on Friday. I'm gonna probably be crying for a little bit because I haven't seen him for a long time. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit. Hey guys, so I'm not been vlogging today. Well, I have vlogged a little bit, but not much. But this is the evening. Very poor lighting, but it's okay. I can still carry on vlogging. So I can tell you a bit more about myself. So when I was born, obviously, I was born, I was diagnosed with a global development delay. And basically what that means is I basically had like mobility, speech. It's mainly more learning disabilities. My speech was a bit poor, a little bit there, and so basically I had like speech therapy, but my mobility, which walking and stuff like that, was fine. I was still walking as normal, so that really didn't affect it. It's more like when I was a child, it was more like my speech, then my spelling, then my reading. So they're the main three at the moment as a child. So obviously my speech got better and better, and obviously I can speak now, so that was fine. I was speaking as normal. When I was obviously in school, I struggled with reading and spelling. So basically, I couldn't spell words that other kids can spell. I couldn't read words that other kids could read. So basically, that's what I struggled with. So basically, like, words I couldn't really spell properly, or I didn't understand how to spell them. Reading was the same. Like, if a long word I couldn't pronounce it properly, then I'd had to have help to read that word. So I had more like reading classes and spelling classes to help me get my spelling like up to scratch. So obviously I went to secondary school, and obviously it sucked as a game, but I kind of coped with it really and tried my hardest to like read and spell. And obviously like my reading got a bit better, my spelling got a bit better as well. I was improving as I was getting older. It means I was growing out of my global delay, which the doctors, when I was younger, apparently like I will grow out of it as I get older. So obviously it's like a brain age thing. Obviously it does affect me more as well. Like I'm 26, but I had like a 23-year-old or a 21-year-old, something like that. So as I got older, I was still struggling with my reading and spelling, and the teacher didn't understand why it was happening. And I was kind of spelling words that I knew how to spell, but I couldn't spell the words that I should be able to spell. And it was like the same, I couldn't read as well, so I had to stay constantly read, and it was very hard, and the teacher didn't understand. Poor, just like me being stupid as a teenager as usual. um that was just me, so they didn't understand, but they managed to cope with it. They managed to work around it as well, so it wasn't like that bad. And then obviously I went to sixth form as well, and I got a bit better again, a bit better with my reading and my spelling and all that stuff. So as I got older, I got out of it again, so I was getting a bit better. So obviously I went to college, and the first college I went to for like to see in the screen and stuff that I had to do it, do you have dyslexia? And I said no. So we did the screening test. It's basically you do like questions on the computer, and it says you how percentage of your dyslexia is. The first time we did it, it failed, it broke down. I don't know what I did, but it broke down. So that happened. So we went to a different college, and they asked me then, do you have dyslexia? And I said, I don't know. I said, no, I don't know. I only got global delay, that's all I know. So we did a screening test again, and I found out I was very high of dyslexia. They told me, and I was like, oh, it explains why I'm struggling to read and spell. They told mum and dad, and they kind of said that's why she's struggling to read and spell. So I was 18 at the time when I found out. So I coped with it, and I did performing arts, and the only fear I had was reading scripts because obviously I couldn't read properly. And obviously, I, my friends were like, "Oh my god, you can't." They just didn't understand why I couldn't read some of the words, and when I told them that I was dyslexic, they kind of understood why, and they obviously helped me out and all that stuff, and I'm really grateful for that. I really am. Obviously, I still get paranoid today about reading in front of people, especially with new people. Still get paranoid. Like to this day, I'll still get paranoid. I get really scared, and there's nothing to be scared about because at the end of the day, they're still there to help you read some of the words. So there's no need to worry about anything at all. It's just me being paranoid, that's all. Even my spelling as well, when I do like coursework and I give it to them, I'm really sorry about my spelling, it's not as great as it should be, and I don't know, that's why we understand what words you're trying to say, so that was a godsend. So obviously I managed to cope with it now, and the way I cope with it is literally speak through my phone and get the spellings and stuff like that. And if I can't read a word, I have like this app, and I can't remember what it's called, but I have this app, and if I type in a word, it just says it for me, and it's like, oh, God says it has. That's how I cope with it, and I've coped with it ever since, and it's not stopped me from doing anything at all. I can still go to places, I can still go to work, I can still do stuff. I just having to take more of my time to understand words and how to spell them properly. So that's how I do it now, is take more time and just tell people that I'm dyslexic, I'm really sorry, which people do understand. They tend to help you, so it's absolutely fine. So that's how I coped with my global day and dyslexia. I hope you guys had a lovely day and have a lovely evening, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.